Alright, so today we're going to discuss about the SPM past year paper 2011 and paper 1. Alright, so let's go to the first question. If any one of you can't hear me or couldn't understand what I'm saying, just let me know. If you just can't see the webcam, means you can't see me, I think it's still fine, because sometimes due to Malaysia internet speed is very slow, the webcam suddenly will jam there or start there. But as long as you can hear my voice, then everything should be fine. Alright, so let's start about the discussion. Okay, so for the first question, is given that the relation between the set X and 0, 1, 4, 9, 16 and the set Y is like 0, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6. It's a square of. Alright, so basically for this kind of question, so first you have to understand what the question trying to say. What's the meaning is square of? When the question say is square of, basically mean the number here, means the set X is the square of Y. Mean the X is square of Y. Alright, so that's mean you can understand 0 basically is 0. It will be 0 square is 0, 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, and 4 square is 16. Alright, so so the first thing is you have to understand what is the meaning for image and object. So whenever the first set, because in this case they give you set X and set Y, right? So that means you will have X and Y. The first appear one we always call it object. That means everything here will be object, and then the set Y we call it image. So when the question says the image of 9, so the image of 9 will be, so you just imagine you have a 9 here. So any number square, so any number when you square it, you will get 9. So you should understand it's 3, right? Because square of 3, it will be 9. So the first one is very simple. So A, you just write. The answer is 3. I think it's very simple. Or you can write the whole sentence like the marking scheme. The marking scheme basically will say, 9 is the square of 3. So the image of 9 is 3. You can write the whole sentence. It's fine. Lacks of internet. So is it okay if I don't put a bracket? In this case should be okay. You can just write the 3. Because I think this is just 1 mark, and then another 2 mark is for the part B. So you can straight away write 3. But then for the set topic, I would recommend students to draw the bracket. Actually, it's not too hard to draw. It's just something like this. And then you write whatever element you have inside it. Alright, so for part B, express the relations in the form of the order pair. That means now you have to pair them. So in order to pair them, so what you should do is basically 0 I will pair with 0, and then 1 I will pair with no, I not recommend you write like this. Let's write again. I think you use the bracket to actually sort them will be better. So normally I draw this bracket, and then I write 0, 0. Then I use back the normal bracket, comma. And then 1 will pair with 1. And then 4 will pair with 2. Because square of 2 you will get 4. So then you should know 9 you should pair with 3. And then the next one you should know 16 you should pair with 4. That's all. Then I will close the bracket. I think this one should be the correct one. This is the correct way to write in the set topic. So means you will draw these 2 bracket, and then inside when you pair them together, you just need to use back the normal bracket. Alright, no problem, right? Just 3 marks. I'm going to move on because for paper 1 we have 25 questions, and 2 hours I think it will be quite rushed. So if you have any question, you just stop me. For the second one is a function. Okay, so Okay, for this function question, it's given that the function gx is this one, hx is 2x. Find the values of gh2. Okay, normally when I see this kind of question, I will not do the GHX first because it's going to waste so much time and only 2 marks. So what I will do over here is, when this is GH2, what I will try to do is I will do the H2 first. So when I do the H2 first, that means H2 will equals to 2, isn't it? Because Hx equals to 2x. So H2 is just equal to 2, so equals to 4. So if you understand H2 will give you 4, you can substitute the 4 here. Then you will get G4. G4 means what? Means you're going to substitute the 4 into your Gx. So your Gx is 4x minus 7, and your x is 4. So this one will be 16 minus 4, 16 minus 7, which is 9. This is your answer. Yeah, because of course you can still do the GHX and then you substitute 2 into it. You should be able to get 9 also, but then it's going to waste you some time. Alright, this is the faster way. But I think all the way is okay as long as you get the answer. But then for me, I will always guide my student to use the faster way. So far so good for this function question. If none of you stop me, I will keep on moving. Okay, so if you have any problem, you can, you will see a raise hand button in somewhere in your bottom there. Yeah, you can raise hand. Yeah, or you can type something. Alright, so then I move on to question number 3. Okay, for question number 3, the inverse function h inverse 1, you will get this expression 2 over 3 minus x. And then the question tell you x cannot be equals to 3. Why the question must tell you this? Because this is fraction. You imagine if x equals to 3, what will happen? When x equals to 3, you will get 3 minus 3, you get 0. And then you use your calculator, 2 divided by 0, you will get math error. Because in mathematics, we cannot divide by 0. Therefore, whenever you have fraction, especially in function, they will tell you x cannot equal to something. Normally, the cannot equal one is trying to make your denominator not 0. Because when denominator is 0, you'll get math error. Okay, so let's come back to this one. So they give you the inverse, they want you to find back the hx, so I will do the same thing. First, you have to understand something like substitution. I will let my h inverse x equals to y. And then I'll move my h inverse to the other side, become hy. Means what? Means if I can get x as the subject, I can get my hx or something like hy. Alright, so then I will do from here. So this one I have on the top here is 2 over 3 minus x will equals to y. Because I let h inverse x equals to y, that means the whole thing here will equals to y. Then I want to make my x as a subject, so I will say 2 over y equals to, I move the whole thing to the other side, is 3 minus x. Mean basically this is y over 1. I swap the place between the y and 3 minus x, then I will get this one. Alright, then I will make my x as a subject, I move the x to this side, and then I move the 2 over y to the other side, will be 3 minus 2 over y. Then I'm done. Whenever I get my x, is hy. So hy will equals to 3 minus 2 over y. Then I can know my hx. Just change whatever y into x. 2 over x. Then I'm done. Alright, so then the question says, find the value of x when hx equals to negative 5. That means this is my hx, right? That means this one will equals to negative 5. So what I will do here is, let me change the other color. Maybe I use red. So what I will do here is I will make the whole thing equals to negative 5. So 3 minus 2 over x equals to negative 5. Then I move this thing to this side, is 2 over x equals to 3 plus 5. Then that means x will equals to 2 over 8. X equals to 1 over 4. Alright, this is just a simple algebra. So far so good for this 4-mark question. Anyone can't understand? If not, I'm going to move on again. I see someone typing. Okay, if you have no question, let me move on to number 4. Okay, the quadratic equation. So you have the quadratic equation. So basically, you have to understand what is the meaning for quadratic equation first. So the quadratic equation means in your equation, the highest power is 2. The higher power for x is 2. Yeah, it will be more accurate. So that means if you check your equation, you can't find any x power is bigger than 2. And the maximum must be 2. I mean, it have to be 2, then only we can call it quadratic. So for quadratic equation, normally the shape will look like u or n. Alright, this is common sense for quadratic equation. So for the quadratic equation, you have to remember back the Form 4, chapter 2 and 3 is about quadratic. So whenever you see 2 equal root, this one already give you super big hints. 2 equal root means what? Mean b squared minus 4ac equals 0. Okay, but if you know this, in order to substitute a, b, c into this equation, what you have to pay attention is you have to make sure your equation in general form. What do I mean by general form is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. The whole equation, x squared must together, x must together, and must equals 0. This one we call general form. So, and I guess this one already in the general form. So, from the equation above, we know our a basically is m. We know our b is basically 1 plus 2m. And we know our c is basically m minus 1. So, if you know all your a, b, and c, you just substitute in. So it's 1 plus 2m squared minus 4ac equals to 0. Then you just solve this equation, you expand this bracket, you will get 1 plus 4m plus 4m squared minus 4m squared plus 4m equals to 0. Right, so this one you just expand it one by one. 4m squared and 4m squared I will simplify. 4m plus 4m I will get 8m plus 1. I move to the other side, it will be minus 1. So m is just negative 1 over 8. Done, 3 mark. Alright, so this question is quite simple. The first thing is you have to understand whenever you 2 equal root mean equals to 0. If the question said 2 distinct root mean bigger than 0. If the question said no root mean less than 0. This is something quite important and you have to memorize yourself. And then you always need to double check, is this equation in the general form or not? If the equation is not in the general form, you have to rearrange yourself. Alright. Okay, let's move on to question number 5. Okay, for question number 5, diagram 5 will show the graph of the quadratic equation. So you have the quadratic equation where k is the constant, and then you will see, I say quadratic is always u or n in their shape. Alright, state the equation's axis symmetry of the curve. So the first thing is, whenever you see the equation look like this, you see something bracket square plus any value at the back here. This one we know is completing the square. Alright, I say completing the square, you can actually get few information. First, you can easily get minimum or maximum value on the equation. Second, you can easily get axis symmetry. Okay, the third is, the purpose of completing the square is to help you to sketch the graph. Okay, so you can sketch the graph by yourself. Alright, so let's come into this equation. First, it asks you to state. Whenever math or MF, you see the word state, means you can straight away write the answer without the working. Alright, so in this case, the axis symmetry, if just in case you don't understand, the axis symmetry you always get from inside the bracket. This is a y minus h square plus k. This is a general equation for completing a square. Axis symmetry you always get inside the bracket and then make it equal to 0. Okay, I say again, axis symmetry you always get the value from the inside the bracket. You will always see a bracket square here. Inside the bracket you got x plus 2, right? You just say x plus 3 I mean equal to 0. X equals to negative 3. This is axis symmetry. Is it just me or anyone have the trouble listening? Yeah, any other people here can't listen to my voice? Because I think some students can't hear me. Maybe I can trying to adjust the volume. Hello, my test. Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, then I think, yeah, you're trying to log out and log in again for those students who can't hear me. Okay, let me just continue. So this is how we get axis symmetry. So what if the inside the bracket is something like x minus 7 square? You just say x minus 7 equals to 0, then you get x equals to 7. Alright, and then what's the meaning of axis symmetry? Means the curve, you will have one axis actually is something like reflection one. This axis basically will cut the curve, or we call it parabola graph, into half. Alright, and then the axis symmetry always passing through the minimum or maximum point, the x value or minimum or maximum point. So in this case, from the equation itself, we know our minimum coordinates from here is -3 and 2k minus 6. Okay, the x value we get inside the bracket, and the y value we just take whatever outside the bracket. So you can find out the axis symmetry is x equals to -3, right? And -3 is passing by the minimum values of x. This is what I'm trying to say. Alright, and then the question tells you minimum value. Whenever you see value here, it doesn't mean x, it mean y. So you have to check back your y value. So he said it's given the minimum values of function is 4. That means in this case, the question trying to tell you 2k minus 6 is equal to 4. So therefore, if 2k minus 6 equals to 4, 2k equals to 10, my k equals to 5. Alright, just that. So you have to understand whenever they say minimum value means is. But let me see. Yeah, minimum value basically means y is correct. Why I can't? Maybe because I'm not unified. I'm not sure, but you can try to log out and log in again. I hope you can hear what I'm saying. Okay, if you have no problem about this completing a square thing, I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay, so how to change from the completing the square equation to general form equation? Okay, let's say completing a square, you want to change to the general form, you have to expand it and make it into 0. Okay, I'm just trying to answer the question for the Shafrina. So let's say I have y equals to x minus 2 square plus 3. This is the complete square form. I want to change it into the 0. I want to change it in the general form. So what I will do is I will just expand it, x squared minus 4x plus 4 plus 3. So y equals to x squared minus 4x plus 7. Normally the general form I will let y equals to 0. So 0 equals to x squared minus 4x plus 7. Yeah, this is how we change the completed square into general form. But normally in the exam they won't ask you to do so. So you don't need to worry. The exam want you to change the completed square form into general form. Normally they will give you a general form, ask you to do in the completed square. Okay, this one always happen. But then the other way around is seldom happens. I mean, so far I seldom see the question like that. Okay, do I answer your question? Really? Okay, good to know that. Then I hope now you all actually can change. Basically, change the general form is very easy. Just expand your equation. Whatever x squared you join together, whatever x you join together, and whatever is just a number you join together. I mean, you add them together or you minus them together. Okay, so let's move on to number 6. So this one asks you to find a range value of x. So range value, this one is quite simple, but then this is inequality because this symbol is not equal, it's less than equal. So what I will do is I will rearrange the equation, make it into a 0. Less or equals to, I will expand here, this is 2x squared plus x. Alright, then I will move everything to one side to make it equal to 0. So I'll move my 2x squared to this side. 3x squared minus 2x squared is just x squared. Negative 5x minus x is minus 6x. And then minus 16 less or equal to 0. And then we'll do some factorize over here. So then use some mathematics thing. This I will use 8 and 2. And then minus 8 and positive 2. Alright. A lot of students will make a common mistake here. Is like this. They will do x plus 2 less or equal to 0. Or x minus 8 less or equal to 0. Okay, it might look correct. It might look correct, but then only one of the answer is correct. Because this is inequality, you can't do like this. Okay, this is inequality, you can't do like this. So what you can do over here is you have to draw out this thing. If the symbol is less or equal, means the value should be in between. This is x-axis because on this, let's say I have y-axis and x-axis over here. That means in this line, x-axis means y equal to 0. That means you got the 0 here. And then this one, my x, if I solve this one, if this is equal to 0, if this is equal to 0, I will get x equals to negative 2 and x equals to 8, right? So I will have negative 2 and 8 here. Okay. This one means if. But then in this case, obviously it's not equal to 0 because it's inequality. So if the value must be between negative 2 and 8, so your x value should be between negative 2 and 8. This is your final answer. Okay, what if this symbol is bigger or equals to 0? So you same thing, you sketch out this thing, you write negative 2 and 8. But then if bigger or equals to 0, you get the value go this direction and this direction. I mean your arrow will go these two directions. That means x will bigger or equals to 8 or x will less or equals to negative 2. Means you won't get something like they will join the x together. Mean they will separate if this is bigger than 0. Bigger than 0, you will get the value go this direction and go this direction. Because the curve actually going this way. What? If you understand the curve actually is going up. If the curve is going up, the value, let's say the 8 here, it become 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, something like that. Alright, this is what happens when you go bigger. Bigger means beyond the x-axis. Beyond the x-axis, the curve actually will go this way and that way. But less than 0 means before the x-axis, below the x-axis, the value is between them. Right? This is something I will always call bonus mark because you just need to understand these two concepts only. 1 and 2. Right? No problem, right? Let me move on. We will have a small break on the middle, maybe about 12 questions like that. Then you feel free to ask me any question over there. Alright, this is indices. Okay, it's not really simple. Okay, something I want you to pay attention over here is whenever the indices over here, okay, when indices, there's very normal you will see a plus or minus in the power. But when you see the plus or minus is not in the power, like this plus. Do you see the plus here? This plus is not for power, right? This plus is for 8 and 2 and 2, 3x. Whenever you see something like this, you have to do the substitution method. When I say you need to do the substitution method is you have to let 2 power of 3x into something. Okay, so let me just expand this one first. Equals to 8 plus 2 power of 3x minus 1 means what? Divide 2 power of 1. If I let my 2 power of 3x equals to m, let's say. So this one will be m equals to 8 plus m over 2. Okay, so I just want to solve this equation. I will multiply 2 for every single one. Multiply 2 here. I multiply 2 here. I multiply 2 here. So this is 2m equals to 16 plus m. That means m equals to 16. What is my m? My m is 2 power of 3x. What is 16? 16 is 2 power of 4. Whenever they have same base, we can compare their power. So I know 3x equals to 4. That means I know x equals to 4 over 3. Done. Alright, because a lot of students trying to imagine, maybe they see plus equals to multiply. Because they always remember things like this. Minus mean divide, plus mean multiply. But then you have to see the plus is in the power or not in the power there. Because in this case, the plus is for the number, it's not for the power. So for indices question, whenever you see minus or plus is not in the power, you must be careful. You always need to use the substitution method. Of course, if you don't want to use the substitution method, it's still okay, but then the equation will be slightly complicated. So I will recommend students just let 2 power of 3x into something. Okay? Never thought about substitution method. Yeah, substitution method is very good to use lah. So how to know when we need to change direction, bigger or less, or for question 6. Alright, since the question asked about this thing, so let me just clarify here. I need some space, so I'm going to erase this one. Okay, I just answered the question for Shafina. When do we actually need to change the inequality symbol? Okay, let's say I have 1 minus 2x, let's say bigger than 6. Okay, so let's say I move the 1 to the other side, it's just minus 1, right? So I get negative 2x bigger than 6 minus 1 is 5. Okay, now you have to be careful. Whenever you multiply or divide negative value, you have to change sides of this symbol. Now you see, if I'm, oops, some technical problem here. Okay, you see, if I move my negative 2 in, okay, I think I pressed something wrong. Okay, if I move my negative 2 to the other side, I have 5 over negative 2. Divide negative 2, isn't it? So if you use this symbol, it is wrong. So you have to change this symbol from bigger to less than. Whenever you multiply or divide negative value only, let's say I have negative 2 plus x bigger than 6. When I move the negative 2 to the other side, I no need to change the symbol because I'm not dividing negative 2. I just negative 2 become positive 2. This is plus and minus. So you no need to change the sign. So it will remain same symbol, same inequality symbol. But if I have negative x bigger than 8, when x means I move the negative to the other side, I have to change, become less than negative 8. Because this one basically I dividing negative 1. When I'm dividing negative 1, I have to change the sign of it. So if the power is log, alright, so same thing. For log is something like you have to pay a lot of attention. If for log question, when do you need to change the inequality symbol for log? So for example, I said x, and then I multiply with log 0.4 equals to 2. I want to find x. Okay, let me just take my calculator quickly. Okay, so you can see whenever the log value is 0 point something, this value, if you use calculator going to tell you is 0.3979. Alright, so if I move on, it's not equal, if equal, there's no point already. I mean maybe less or equal. Okay. And this one log 0.4, when you see in the log form, actually it doesn't seem like it's negative. So a lot of students, when they move the log to the other side, they just say 2 is dividing by log 0.4. It seems correct, but it is wrong. Because why? Because log, whenever they are 0 point something, it is negative value. So if this is negative value, you cannot use this sign. You have to change into this sign. Alright, this is what happens when log. Mean whenever your log, you will get the value is between 0, I mean your log value is between 0 to 1, is negative. If log value is less than 0, it's math error. Log cannot be 0 or less than 0. Alright, if log is 1 and above, the log will be positive value. Alright, I hope I do answer the Shamin question. And welcome for our dark night. Yeah, because I see you right, finally I got into here. Seems like you have struggled to come in here. Anyways, how to solve maybe? Oh, you mean how to solve? Okay. Sorry, I thought you asked me what happened when log actually you have inequality. I totally missed out the question. Okay, about how to solve thing, we discuss it later. I mean later we have a short break, then we will go into the how to solve thing. I mean because the log is power. Okay, let me. Okay, seems like the student have some question. Okay, let me just trying to. You got it already? You got it already. I have given. Okay, let me just check out the question quickly. Okay, since the student asked, so okay, just interrupt the class for a while. So let's say 9 power log base 3x equals to 5. Isn't it? This one, I think this is a question for Shamin. Alright, so okay, in order to solve this question, there's few ways you can do it. Okay, so let me see. Okay, the easiest one is basically you add the log 10 for both sides. Mean I add the log 10 here, and then I will add the log 10 here. So it will become log 10 5. Alright, then log tells us that power we can move in front. So I will have log 3x, and this one will be log 10 9 equals to log 10 5. And then of course I will move my log 10 9 to the other side. It just divide log 10 5 over log 10 9. And then this one is actually the number. You can use the calculator to quickly solve the number. Mean you just use your calculator, you click log 5 over log 9. And then your calculator will tell you is 0.7325. Okay, then I will move my log base 3 to the other side. It's just 3 power of 0.7325. Okay, then I will use calculator 3 power answer. Then I will get my final answer is 2.24. Done. Okay, yeah, you just add log 10 for both sides, will be easier. And then you just solve like the normal log question. Yeah, this one shouldn't be too hard. Okay, let's have a look on the log question in this paper, number 8. Okay, log 2x equals to h and log 2y equals to k. Ask you to express this expression in terms of h and k. Alright, so for this case, if you want to in terms of h and k, what I recommend you to do is make x and y as a subject first. That means I will move my log 2 to the other side. This one again, x equals to 2 power of h. Same thing, I move the log 2 to the other side. My y basically equals to 2 power of k. Then only I do the substitution into the x cube. Okay, x cube, my x is 2 power of h cube over y. My y is 2 power of k. And then in the log world, we know divide basically means minus. This is 2 power of h cube minus log 2 2k. 2 power of k, I mean. Alright, then 3, I will move in front, become number. This is 3. And then this one will just log 2 plus log 2h for this part, because they are multiplied. Alright, of course you can multiply the 3 into 2 and h, you get the same answer. It won't affect your answer too much. It's the same thing. Then this one, oh, so I get something wrong. This h is not the number. This h basically is a power. No wonder I find it's so weird. Okay, so let me redo it again. I'm sorry. Okay, so this one is the power. So this is 2 power h power of 3 minus 2. Let me erase this one. Okay, this is log 2, and then this is 2 power of k. And then 3 multiply h is just 3h. So this is log 2, 3h minus k, I move in front, k log 2, 2. Log 2, 2 equals to 1. Alright, this one 3h, I will move in front, so this is 3h minus k. Done. Okay, because log 2 is 1. If you learn log before, you know the base and number, they are the same, you will get 1. Alright, simple, 3 mark. Okay, number 9. AP question from 5 first topic. Okay, it's given that x, 5, 8, 41 is arithmetic progression. Find the values of x. So, okay, this is AP. AP, we know we want to find the first term is very simple. We learn about common difference, right? So we know use the D2 minus D1 should equals to D3. What am I writing? It's not using D. They are using T. D is different. So I should use the different. I want to find a common. I want to find a different. Is T2 minus T1 equals to term 3 minus second term. Term 2. Oops, I couldn't write here. I guess, yes, I couldn't write here. I will need more space. Yeah, this is something very stupid about this virtual class. Oh, anyways, come back to this one. Terms, second term minus first term equals to third term minus second term. So this is, x is my term 1, my second term is 5, my third term it will be 8. Right, so I will use 5 minus x equals to 8 minus 5. Okay, I just solved this one. So basically it's negative x equals to 3 minus 5. Negative x. So x equals to 2. Done. So x is just 2. For B, write the 3 consecutive term. What's the meaning for consecutive term? Mean the continuous term after 41. So since if x is 2, we know basically plus 3, the question basically keep on plus 3. Correct or not? So if 41, I want to know the next 3 term, I just continue plus 3. And then I plus 3, and then I plus 3. So this one is called consecutive term after 41. So plus 3 is 44, this is 47, it's 50. I mean, you can just write this answer in the exam. If you want more proper, you just write 41 plus 3 equal 44, 44 plus 3 equal 47. You can write either way, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let me move on to the next one. Number 10. The second term of the arithmetic progression is negative 3 and the sixth term is 13. So I know T2 equals to negative 3 and T6 equals to 13. Find the first term and the common difference. That means the question want to find what is A and what is D. A is called first term, D is called common difference. Alright, so of course I hope you understand about n term formula for AP is A plus n minus 1D. So yeah, you just substitute in and do simultaneous, I guess. Okay, so yeah, let's say T2. Okay, so T2 is just A plus 2 minus 1D equals to negative 3. So when mean A plus D equals to negative 3. And then I will do T6, mean A plus 6 minus 1 is 5D equals to 13. Okay, so yeah, first equation, second equation. So I'm going to put my first equation into here. A plus D equals to negative 3. And then I will use the elimination method minus here. So A minus A gone. 5D minus D is 4D. 13 minus negative 3 is 16. D equals to 4. Okay, if D equals to 4, I substitute into here. A plus 4 equals to negative 3. My A is negative 7. Done. Alright, so I try this using try and error methods. I got 4 as well. Yeah, you can use try and error methods, but you still need to show the working one. So I have to see what is your working, then only I know your try and error method can get mark or not. If not, you only will get 1 or 2 mark for your answer, because yeah, at the end you still need to learn the proper step. Alright, so let me move on. Okay, it's given that x squared, x4, x6, x power 8 is geometric progression such that x is between 0 to 1. The sum of infinity is 1 over 3. Find the common ratio of this progression in terms of x. and find the value of x. Alright, so want to know to find the common ratio. We know for GP, the common ratio method is the second term divided by first term equals to third term divided by second term. This is to find R. Alright, please remember this one. So my second term in this case is x power 4, first term is x squared. And my third term is basically, oops, I couldn't do that because both I will get x squared, it doesn't help at all. Okay, let me see, if x6 over x, because both also is x squared over x squared. I mean, it doesn't help, so I'm not going to use this. So now I understand why they give me the sum of infinity. So sum of infinity formula basically is a over 1 minus r. So in this case, I know the r basically is x squared. And my a is x squared also. So therefore, sum of infinity is 1 over 3. My first term is x squared over 1 minus my r is x squared. So basically, I will cross over multiply 1 minus x squared equals to 3x squared. So 4x squared equals to 1. 1 over 4 square root equals to x. Okay, I move the square root to the other side. You will get positive, negative, definitely. Then x should get positive, negative 1 over 2. So the first one I ask you to find the common ratio in the progression. You just write x squared for A. For B, the answer is positive 1 over 2 only. Why? Because the question tells me x should be between 0 to 1. If x is between 0 to 1, means it couldn't accept negative answer. Alright, so the answer is positive 1 over 2. Alright, any question? Any question? No? If no, it will be good. I move on. 12. This is linear law. Forget about, I think it's from 5 topic. Okay, the variable x and y are related by the equation 3y equals to p minus 1x plus 12 over x, where p is a constant. Alright. And then, yeah, basically you have the whole diagram over here expressed in the linear form, which is used to obtain the straight line shown in the diagram 12. Alright, so in order to make this equation, this expression into the straight line form, we must follow back the things here. When I said the things here means straight line is always y equals to mx plus c. But in this case, my y is xy and my x is x squared. So in order to make it into linear form, I must have something like this. Okay, so in this case, this is not, because this is y is not xy. So what I will do is I multiply x for every single one. Means I multiply x here, I multiply x here, I multiply x here. Okay, I multiply x for every single one in order to get something like this. So if I multiply x here, I will get 3xy equals to p minus 1 x squared plus 12. If I multiply x for every single one. Alright, I roughly got my y already. Y is xy and my x is x squared. Okay, but then I cannot have the 3 here. So I'm going to move my 3 to the other side. Become p minus 1 over 3 x squared plus 4. Alright, done. So in this case, I understand that my m is p minus 1 over 3. And my y-intercept, I mean vertical intercept in this case, will be 4. So this one is my vertical intercept, isn't it? 6t. So 6t equals to 4, t equals to 2 over 3. Simple. Alright, so first it asks you to obtain, I think this is answer for part A. Part B, I think they'll ask you to find the t value, is not mistaken. Yeah, if the gradient is negative 2, find the p and t. Okay, so we already found the t is 2 over 3. Now he gives you the gradient is negative 2. This is m, right? M means this is gradient. So p minus 1 over 3 equals to negative 2. P minus 1 is negative 6. P equals to negative 5. Then I got my p is negative 5, my t is 2 over 3. Simple. Okay, Yeah, we were going to break for 2 to 3 minutes. I want to drink some water. So anything you want to ask me? Or any part you can't understand? I see some students, they have like offline problem. They keep on sign out and sign in. Why is it so hard to join the class? I am not sure. Are you using the laptop or computer to join, or you are using the phone or iPad to join? Maybe it's internet connection, or maybe it's browser. You're trying to use the Google Chrome to join, or if you're using Mac, you can use Safari to join. Don't use the Internet Explorer. Actually, if you want to use the phone to join, you can, but you better go to the App Store. You go to the App Store there, you install a app called WizIQ. WizIQ. This is that. WIZIQ. Yeah, you can install this app into your phone, then you can use your phone to join. But then the phone screen is quite small, so it's not so convenient, I think. Use Mac just now, cannot hear anything now on my iPad. Yeah, Mac, maybe you can use Safari, because I'm using the Mac also to conduct the class. I'm using Safari, everything worked fine. Alright, anyway, if you can see me, then it will be good. If any part you miss already, I will still post this video to YouTube. Yeah, you can revise over there. So far so good. Am I teach too fast or too slow, or any part you couldn't understand? Okay, then I'm trying to slow down a bit. So how many marks are required to pass the MF in paper 1? Okay, if you ask me about pass, okay, pass I mean is just pass is not credit. Okay, I heard like last few years is about both paper you plus together 8 to 12 mark you already pass for MF. Alright, so if 8 to 12 mark divide 2, I think one paper you have to get 8 mark. That means like, let's say I discuss about the 12 question already, you can do 2 question or 3 question you already pass. But pass doesn't mean credit. Credit is C. C I think you still need to get 30 to 35 mark if you want to get C. Oh, you're not taking SPM this year? Are you the Form 4 student? Yeah, if you are Form 4 student, you'll be a bit struggling because SPM, this discussion basically mixed Form 4 and Form 5 topics. Okay. Actually, one of the students said can't join. I just want to make sure is he already in the class. The student called Chen Chai Kim. Is this student in the class right now? Because I just saw the Facebook message says that he can't join the class. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm so sorry about your trouble. Okay, okay, I see you. I'm learning how to conduct the class. Still, learning process here. But if I'm a student, I think maybe it's a little bit fast. Okay, okay. Because for paper 1, there's 25 questions. If I do myself, of course I can do slowly, but I want to explain and do in 2 hours. That's why I will be slightly fast a bit. Okay, so yeah, just do not waste time. Let's move on to the question 13. Okay, a straight line y over 2 plus x over 2 plus y over 6 equals to 1 will cut the x-axis at P and y-axis at Q. So first thing is you have to able to recognize this one. This is intercept form of linear equation. We call it intercept form. Why do we call intercept form? Means whenever you got x over a plus y over b equals to positive 1, the value under the x here is mean x-intercept. This one is x-intercept. The value under the y here, this value is y-intercept. Intercept means what? Intercept means a straight line will cut at y-axis, this one is y-intercept. A straight line will cut at x-axis, this one is x-intercept. That means in this case, I know my coordinate P here is on the x-axis, isn't it? So that means from the equation above, I know it's going to cut like this. 2 on the x-axis because I see the 2 there, and 6 on the y-axis. Alright, then the question asks you to find a gradient. We learn about one of the gradient formula is negative y-intercept over x-intercept. So gradient is negative 3. Of course, you can still use like y2 minus y1 equal over x2 minus x1. You still get negative 3. But then this method is faster. Gradient is just equals to negative y-intercept over x-intercept. Alright, then for the part B, the equation, find the equation of perpendicular bisector to the straight line. Perpendicular bisector means what? Means you will have a straight line will passing through this equation and they are 90 degrees because perpendicular. And then bisector means it's going to passing through the midpoint of P and Q. You're going to passing through the midpoint, this is P, this is Q, right? So whenever you see perpendicular bisector, 2 information must straight away go into your mind. First, you have to find midpoint. Second, you have to find the perpendicular gradient. Means using the m1, m2 equals to negative 1 formula to find the perpendicular gradient. Alright, so okay, so over here, I will need to find a midpoint. So I know this one is called 2, 0. This one is called 0, 6. So in order to use the midpoint, 0 plus 2 over 2, and then 6 plus 0 over 2. So then I can get my midpoint easily, which is 1, 3. Okay, this one basically is the midpoint of PQ. Alright, then I want to find a perpendicular gradient. Just now I got the gradient equal to negative 3. So then I will say negative 3 multiply second gradient equals to negative 1. So second gradient is negative 1 over negative 3. So second gradient basically is 1 over 3. Now I got the gradient, I got the point, I can form the equation by using y minus y1 equals to m x minus x1. This formula is for you to form the equation. In order to use this formula, you need to have a gradient and a point. Now we have the gradient and we have a point. So the point I will substitute into the x1 and y1. So my x1 is 1. So y and y1 is 3. So y minus 3 equals to 1 over 3 x minus 1. And then I'm going to solve this one and then I form the equation. So this is y equals to 1 over 3x minus 1 over 3 plus 3. So plus 3 here. Yeah. So use the calculator. It's just 1 over 3x plus 3 means plus 9. So it will be plus 8 over 9. Alright, so I see someone raise hand here. Yeah, the dark 9 actually raise hand. Anything you want to ask? So far, do you know how to find perpendicular bisector? whenever you want to find perpendicular bisector, make sure you need to find first midpoint, second the perpendicular gradient. Perpendicular gradient use m1, m2 equal to -1. Okay? Okay, if okay, we're going to move on to next question. Okay, 14 is a trigo question. It's simple. Of course, you will need to know about sine 2 delta. Sine 2 delta equals to 2 sine delta cos delta. It's just a formula, and this formula is given in the exam, so you no need to be panicked. Whenever you see both sides also have cos delta, one of the common mistake for most of the students is they will divide cos delta for both sides. In algebra, you can do like this, cut, then you get 2 sine theta equals to 1. It seems correct, but it's not correct all. You only will get part of it correct. Why? Because cos 0 do have the value. If you learn about cos graph before, cos 0 basically means 90 degree and 270 degree. So you cannot divide the cos, because cos 0 do mean something, means you cannot divide the cos like this. Especially in trigo, you can't use the divide method. Alright, you must be careful about this part. So normally, this is 2 sine delta cos delta equals to cos delta. Since they cannot divide, I will move to one side, and then I will factorize it out. Minus cos delta equals to 0. And then I factorize out the cos delta equals to 2 sine delta minus 1 equals to 0. Then I will have cos delta equals to 0, or 2 sine delta minus 1 equals to 0. Just now I say cos delta equals to 0, you will get 90 and 270 degree. And then this one, basically is sine delta equals to half. If you use the calculator will tell you angle is 30. But then sine, you will get positive in 2 quadrants, first and second. How to get the second answer in second quadrant is 180 minus delta. So 180 minus 30, you will get 150. Done. 4 mark. Any questions so far? Yeah, if you have very weak basic in trigo, you might not understand what I'm saying. But I hope you are fine. This question is not too hard. Or you do not know what one you want to ask me? Should be good, right? Okay, since you're so quiet, I assume all of you are digesting this question. Okay, give you 1 minute. Then it should be bonus mark to you, because this question is quite easy. Yeah, this one should be quite easy for trigo question. So let's move on. 15. Okay, whenever you see the trigo question, he gives you the fraction, and then the question actually also tell you what's acute angle and reflect angle. You know this kind of question, you have to draw out the triangle. Alright, so for this kind of questions, okay, first you have to understand what is acute angle and reflect angle first. If you have the triangle, angle between 0 to 90, this is 0 to 90, 90 to 180, 270, 360. 0 to 90 we call acute angle. 90 to 180 we call obtuse angle. Okay, and so some technical problem here. I couldn't write. Okay, now I can write again. Okay, and then for 180 to 360 we call reflect angle. So basically, when I see acute angle, I know it falls in the first quadrant. When I see obtuse angle, I know it falls in the second quadrant. When I see reflect, it's not, this is X. Reflect angle, I know fall in the third and fourth quadrant. Okay, so this is something you have to understand, because you have to draw the triangle over there. Okay, so let's have a look. on this question. So first, A is on the acute angle. So in the first quadrant, I will draw out a triangle. And my angle is always here. I'm going to call it A. Tangent A is 3 over 4, so it's 3 over 4. Pythagoras tell us that 3, 4, and 5. Alright, then B is reflect angle. Okay, reflect angle, I say you got choice 3 and 4. But in this one, tangent, you get positive. Do you see? 7 over 24 is positive. Positive means third quadrant. So I will draw a triangle in the third quadrant. So third quadrant, I'm going to write a B here. Tangent B is 7 over 24, 7 over 24. But then you have to remember, this is x-axis, this is y-axis. So the axis before the y-axis should have a negative. The axis below the x-axis should have a negative. This is the reason why I explain tangent you will get positive, because tangent B actually is negative 7 over negative 24. But because negative and negative we can simplify it, therefore it becomes 7 over 24. Okay, this is the reason why. Okay, so you just remember both also have negative, because it's very makes sense what. If this is x-axis, if this is y-axis, if the value here, we definitely will have to add it negative. The value at the bottom here, we have to add negative also, because this is 0 1. Anything before the y-axis is negative, below the x-axis is negative. Right? I hope you can understand this negative thing. And something I want to add on is the hypotenuse is always positive. This one we call hypotenuse. Mean in the triangle there you have one line is longer one. In longest one we call hypotenuse. Pythagoras tell us that this is 25. You just do 7 square plus 24 square, then you square it. Okay. After I got all, normally I will write out all the sine cos tangent. So I know my sine A equals to OH 3 over 5. My cos A equals to AH 4 over 5. Adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent A equals to 3 over 4. Now I do a sine B equals to OH negative 7 over 25. Cos B AH negative 24 over 25. Tangent B OA 7 over 34. A they ask for cotangent. So we know cotangent A basically means 1 over tangent A. So tangent is 3 over 4, so 1 over 3 over 4. So answer is 4 over 3. Okay, simple. Then sine A plus B, this one you have to follow back the formula. It's just sine A. What is sine A plus B? Sine A cos B plus cos A sine B, something like that. I kind of forget about the formula, just give me a moment. Yeah, sine A cos B plus cos A sine B, correct. Sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. This is the formula for sine A plus B. Then sine A, just substitute the sine A here, 3 over 5. Cos B, you find the cos B here, negative 34 over 35. Then plus cos A is 4 over 5. And then sine B is negative 7 over 25. And then you use the calculator to solve. Should be able to get the correct answer very quickly. This is negative 72 minus 28 divided by 125. So that answer should be negative 4 over 5. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, this question, there's a lot of things you need to understand in order to get a 3 mark. But if you understand, then it won't be too hard, I guess. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay. (16). Okay. Diagram 16 shows the parallelogram ODEF. draw on the Cartesian plan. Alright, so parallelogram means something. Mean this vector and this vector is totally the same, and this vector and this vector is totally the same because they are parallel and they are same length. So if OD equals to 3i plus 2j, then I know FE is 3i plus 2j also, because they are exactly the same. So if DE equals to negative 5i plus 3j, I know my OF should be negative 5i plus 3j also. Okay, then the question asks you to find DF. That means now we need to from D go to F. We need to find this one. So vector, you should be able to understand this is starting point, this is ending point, isn't it? So this one is a shortcut. You have the longer way, means you can go this direction, isn't it? D to O, O to F. So if this is my home, this is my school, I want to go to school also by using other journey, I can from D go to O, O go to F. Or I can from D go to E, E go to F. Either one should be good. But I will choose this one. Go this way, I go this way. Okay, so I know my DF. Go this one will be opposite direction, add negative for both. Negative 3i minus 2j plus negative 5i plus 3j. So I and I you join together, negative 8i. J and j you join together. This one is plus, right? So it will be plus j. 1j. This is the answer. It's very easy. Okay, this is just the simple additional law. Okay, for 17, it gives you R and S is this one. Express the vector R plus S. So R plus S means both is plus together. 8 going to plus with H. And negative 2 going to plus with 7. You get 5. Done. Alright, and then he asks you, do you see the modulus here? Modulus in the vector topic mean Pythagoras. Okay, because if modulus x basically means something like a squared plus b squared and then square root it. Means modulus means the length, magnitude. Modulus in the vector mean magnitudes. Alright, so in this case, if I want to do the modulus R plus S, that means I have to do something like x squared. 8 plus h squared plus that's b1. B is the 5 square. And the question tells me is 13. I move the square root to the other side, becomes square. This one will be 64 plus 16h plus h squared plus 25. And then I need to solve this equation definitely. So it will become h squared plus 16h. 64 plus 25 minus 169. Negative 80. Then you just factorize it. So this is h, this is h. 20 and 4. 20 and 4, this is minus, this is plus. So you get h equals to 20 or h equals to negative 4. Done. Oh, they ask you to find the positive value of h. So the negative one is rejected. You can only take 20 because they want a positive value only. Okay, so far so good. I think I go a bit quick because yeah, we still have 15 minutes. How about the answer is 4? Oh, it's positive 16, sorry. What happens to me? So this is, if in order to get positive 16, this is positive 20 and negative 4. Then, yeah, I factorized wrongly. I thought it's negative 16. So, never mind, let me rewrite it all again. So, should be h. This one should be plus 20 minus 4. So, h equals to 4. Yes, now, thanks for remind. Yeah, the answer is 4. Because the other one is negative 20. Okay, let's move on to the 18. Okay, it's a circular measure. It's another bonus mark question. Okay, OR is 8 centimeter, is 8. OP is 10, this is 10, so this is 2. Okay, because this is radius and this is radius. This length and this length must be the same. Alright, so I know over there is 2. Okay, so first it asks you to find the angle in radian. So this one definitely is 90 degrees. So we have adjacent and we have hypotenuse. So I will use cos delta equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. So I can get the correct answer easily. But make sure you change your calculator into the radian mode. Then you move your cos to the other side. 8 over 10. So you will get 0.6435 radian. Easy. And then the part B, find the parameter of shaded region. We can easily get here, this is 6. Okay, Pythagoras. We know this is 2, we have to find this one. This one is the arc length. Arc length is S equals to R theta. R we already get, which is 10. Theta we also got is 0.6435. So this one is 6.435. So the parameter of the shaded region mean all plus together. I go to 6 plus 2 plus 6.435. So this one should be 14.435 centimeter. Done, 4 mark. Right, this is quite simple. You just need to understand about the formula for arc length. Okay, so let me move on to the next one. Okay, this one asks you to, the question says dy dx equals to gx. Find the values of the thing. Okay, it's not too bad. Okay, 0, 3, this is 2, gx. And we already know gx basically is dy dx, isn't it? So let me substitute dy dx into gx. Is dy dx. So when I say whenever you integrate dy dx, integrate and d dx, you can simplify it, you will left y only. So that's me integrate this one, I will get y only. So this is 0 to 3. And of course you know what is your y value here. It's 5x over x squared plus 1, 30. That's means you substitute 0 into it and substitute 3 into it. So this is 2, 0, you will get 0. So I ignore about 0. So this is 15 over 10. Simplify, this is 5, answer is 3. Okay, just 3 mark. Because for this kind of question, read carefully. You do not need to differentiate it. Because a lot of students, they might use the quotient rule to differentiate this one, but only 3 mark. Impossible, differentiate and integrate at the same time, the question gives you 3 mark only. Okay, so let me move on. So far can understand or not? Whenever you integrate dy dx, you will get y. If you integrate dA dx, you will get a. That means integrate and d dx is can simplify one. Integrate and d dx you can simplify. Whatever component leave here, if the thing you left here. Okay? Okay, question 20. Y equals to 10 minus 12 over x. Alright, so find the small change in terms of p when the value of y change from 4 to 4 plus p. Okay, so for this kind of question, it's a small change question. So small change question, you have to remember one formula, which is change of y over change of x equals to dy dx. Okay, so and then one thing I want to mention is always substitute the old values of x into dy dx. Alright, so let's see what I'm saying. So in this case, the the question tell you y change from this one to this one. So I can find change of y by using my new values of y minus my old values of y. My new value of y is 4 plus p minus 4. So change of y is p. Okay? So, and then, now the question asks you a small change in x. So I have to do some algebra in this equation. So if I move this equation to the other side, because I want to find the change of x, will equals to change of y multiple dx dy. Alright, so that means I will need to find dy dx first. Differentiate this one, I will get negative 1, 12 over x squared. Okay, then I say always substitute old value of x. I do not have my old value of x here, but I know my old value of y is 4. That means I can substitute 4 into this equation to get x. So 4 equals to 10 minus 12 over x. Now we solve this equation. So 12 over x equals to 6. X equals to 2. Alright, if I know my x equals to 2, I'm going to substitute here. 2 squared is 4. So my dy dx is 3. Now I got my everything ready. I will substitute into this equation. So change of x equals to dx dy. This dy dx is 3 over 1, right? Become 1 over 3. Multiply change of y, which is p. Then done. Or you can say 1 over 3p. It's the same thing. Okay, 3 mark for the small change question. If you know how to do it, it should be quite easy. But this question a little bit tricky is, normally small change, the question will give you x change from what to what. But in this case, the question purposely do not want to give you the x change from what to what. The question give you y. So if the question give you y, you need to substitute it back to get your old x values. Okay? If you want to get a new x value, just substitute a new y value into it. Okay? But most of the time, only use the old x value. Okay, 5 more questions to go. So far, so good? Anything you want to ask me? So far can digest what I'm saying because yeah, I actually teach until quite fast. Okay, if all of you are okay, move on to 21. If anyone do prepare the webcam on mine, you want to show face, you can let me know, or you want to talk, you can let me know. Means which part you couldn't understand and you are so lazy to type, I actually can open your mic and then you can talk. Alright, let's go to the 21. Okay, for this 21 is the integration, and then I ask you to leave in terms of a, quite simple. So I integrate 4 to a x plus 1 dx. The dx here actually means you can only integrate when whatever things here in terms of x. Means if things here in terms of y, you have to change it in terms of x, then only you can integrate. So dx here just to remind you on that only. Anyway, it's already x, then I can straight away integrate. This is x squared over 2 plus x. And then I got a and 4, then we substitute a into here. Is a squared over 2 plus a minus 16 over 2 plus 4. And then I solve this one. A squared over 2 plus a. This one should be 8 plus 4, 12. Minus 12. Done. Just like this. I think so. Yeah, I think I don't make any mistake. Yeah, this 3 mark question is very easy. If you know about integration, it's a bonus mark question. Okay, statistic. A group of 6 students have the total mass. So 6 students have the, so I said no sum of x is 240 for 6 students. So I know n equals to 6. And then the question says sum of the square of their mass. That means their mass is summed together, but when you square it, you'll get 9654. Okay, this is all the information we have. Okay, first ask you to find mean. Mean is very easy. It's just sum of x over n. You cannot hear me? My test, my test. Oh, so cannot hear me? Or cannot hear me? Yeah, I think maybe some internet problem. You're trying to log out and log in again. Oh my God, why some couldn't hear me? I'm not sure. Okay, let me type. Try to log out and log in again. Yes, there's so many technical issues here. I'm not sure about this platform. Yeah, maybe you just wait for a while and then you'll go back to the normal. Alright, so where am I? Okay, 6 here. Okay, the mean basically is sum of x over n. So we have 240 over 6, so the mean is 40. A is solved. B, to ask you to do the standard deviation. Standard deviation is square root of sum of x squared over n minus mean square. So my sum of x squared is given 9654 over 6 minus 40 square. Then you use calculator, you can easily get the answer. So it will be 9654 divided by 6 minus 1600, and the square root answer is 3. Simple. Okay, so you just need to remember about the standard deviation formula, then you can easily solve this one. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, permutation and combination. I think a lot of you actually hate about this topic, right? Yeah, because these topics somehow is quite tricky for students. Anyways, this 5-letter code is to form using 5 of this card. Okay, whenever you see letter code, number code, password, something like this, all is permutation, fixed already, right? Okay, whenever you see letter or number, most of the time is P, using permutation. Alright, so the first one basically quite simple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 cards here, you want to form the code using 5 letters, so it's just 7P5. That's all. Then you use your calculator to do 7P5. It's 2520. Alright, and then for the second part, the number of different 5-letter code which begin with vowel and end with consonant. So now you have 5-letter code. If I must begin with the vowel, how many vowel here? 1, 2. I have I and A as my vowel. And then I have how many consonants here? I mean the rest. K, H, D, M, T. Okay, this is all you have. So from 5 consonants here, you're going to pick one to put into this place. So this one we're going to call it 5P1. This one you have 2 letters here, you're going to put one into the space here, is 2P1. Imagine I use D and A already. If I use D and A already, how many letters I left here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on the middle here, I still have 5 letters. I'm going to choose 3 to substitute into here. So it's 5P3. And then you multiply every single one. You should be able to get the correct answer. 2P1 is 2 times 5P3 times 5. Answer is 600. So you have 600 ways to actually arrange the letter using yeah, this calculation. If you not believe, you go back home, you actually can print out all this, and then you try it at home. There's 600 possibility. Okay? So far so good. Can understand or not? Because we still have so many, we still have 9 more classes to go, so I have to make sure you do really learn about this thing. Okay. Yeah, if you still cannot understand, I actually recommend you try to do it yourself. If you cannot understand, then only you watch the video again. It's going to help you, because a lot of math or MF questions, you might think you can understand until you really do it. Then you find out, actually you cannot understand. So make sure you try. Okay. Okay. So 24. The sample space of the experiment is given by S. Okay, sample space is total from 1 to 20. So I know number of sample space, you have 20 number. Because 1 to 20 you can calculate using your finger, is 20 number. Alright, number of M here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 number. Alright, and then M and N. So we want to find M and N, mean N intersect with N. Mean both of them have both of them have 3, both of them have 15. So it's only 2 number, 3 and 15. Or you can write something like M intersect N equals to 3 and 15. But it's only 2 number. I will only use the number thing because this is probability. So if the question asks me about probability of M, I know it's number of M over number of sample space. So basically it's 6 over 20 will be 3 over 10. And then same thing, probability for M and N is just number of M over N. I mean number of M intersect N, which is 2, over total 20. So it's just 1 over 10. It's just like this, very simple. You just need to remember whenever you see N, mean intersect. Whenever you see N, means is intersect. Whenever you see OR, means union. Okay? I mean, in my time, how my teacher teach me is, because in my time I study MF in Malay. So, I have dan and atau. Do you see dan? I have N here, so mean intersect. Atau mean OR. So, do you see union here? This is how my MF teacher last time teach me about this. Okay? Yeah, just something to share to you. I hope you can understand. Okay. Let's move on to the last question. Okay. Diagram 25 show the graph of the binomial distribution. Find the x is bigger or equals to 1. Alright, first thing is you have to understand the value all over here is probability. And then the value over here is mean x equals to 0, x for probability x equals to 0, x equals to 1, and continuous. So, if the question says x is bigger or equals to 1, that means I will plus 1, I will plus 2, I will plus 3. Okay, but then of course this is not the answer. They ask for probability. So when x equals to 1, I actually get 12 over 27. When x equals to 2, I actually get 6 over 27. When x equals to 3, I actually get 1 over 27. 18, 19. So it's 19 over 27. Okay, this one is very simple. And it asks you to find the values of m. For this kind of binomial distribution diagram, all value plus together must equals to 1. Just now we plus this one, we plus this one, we plus this one equals to 19 over 27, right? So in order to find m, mean this one, I will use 1 to minus 19 over 27. So m is just 8 over 27. Because every single one plus together must equals to 1. Because this is probability. Probability, the maximum is 1. So for this kind of diagram, you have to understand all the value plus together must equals to 1. That's all for today. Yeah, of course, we still have half an hour. You can ask me any question you want in this half an hour. Or else we're going to end the class earlier. Or you have any question you're not sure, I can scroll back and discuss again. Yeah, I just can't imagine I can discuss this fast. because last year I actually not enough time. But maybe because of this group of students, I mean you are so quiet, so like, yeah, no disturb on between, so actually I can discuss quite fast. Anyways, is it all of you taking SPM this year? Except just now I think I have one student is not. So far, how is the preparation and everything? Question number 10, I didn't get the working. Okay, let's go back to question number 10. Haven't started. I thought most of the school already finished their tri exam already. No? Okay, no worry, we'll go back to number 10. Okay, this is number 10. Basically, for number 10 is you have the information already, and then you use this formula for n term, and then you substitute whatever you have into the n term here, and then do simultaneous. And then solve the simultaneous, you should be able to easily get A and D. One more paper to go for try. Yeah, then you can relax for a while, then prepare for your SPM. Is SPM this year start on November? When is the first day for MF? 7 November. Oh, for MF is 17 November. For math, when is the SPM date for math? It's quite near. Yeah, but MF for me, I think it's quite easy to score because I heard about 60 to 65, you already got A. So, yeah, please do not give up MF. Do your best in MF. Yeah, please do not suicide because of you fail in any subject. Academy, I mean study is important, but it's not everything. And I think, yeah, this year you might expect you have 20 to 40%, which is a very hard question. Just for MF, just write whatever you understand into the paper. As long, even you got the answer wrong, you might be able to still get the step mark. I mean, you might be able to still get mark for your step. Yes, I have to admit some hot question is just terrible hard, because every day so many students send the hot question to me, and yeah, some question even me myself also cannot understand what the question want. I think it's not hard in terms of calculation. It's hard in terms of trying to make the question sounds very confusing, and you have to read and read and read again to try to understand what the question want to say. This is the hard part about hot questions. No problem. For Shamin, you can leave now. Yes, because the class is over. And then I will see you on next Friday. And for whoever attend the math class is tomorrow, 8 to 10 p.m. also. I don't think so. As what I know, the MF project mark, basically they have, when you got your certificate, I mean SPM cert, you should have another part actually write about your project. I'm not sure whether the project mark will influence your SPM mark or not. I mean the tri-exam mark or not. I'm not sure because I already left SPM for so long. Maybe the school policy already changed, so I'm not sure. You better ask your school teacher. No problem. If all of you have no question anymore, then I will stop the class now and then I will upload the video to YouTube. Or you have anything you want to ask me? Okay, if no, I'm going to see you guys on next Friday. Whoever subscribe on the Modern Math class, I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, that's all for the class today. Thanks for coming. Okay, see you guys soon. Bye bye.